Oh, there it is. I think we're live. Alrighty. Perfect. Post all these. Posting. Lots of posting. I think they all rolled out. Cool. Awesome. Alrighty. So we can probably get started here pretty quick. We're gonna start with this one. I saw this lately floating around Twitter. So yeah, we'll do this article and mess around with what the thoughts are and see, is OOP really not that bad, or is it bad? So we'll get started with that in a sec here. We probably only get through one article before we get Marvelous on, so we'll see how far we get. So marker OOP isn't that bad. All right. Okay. OOP isn't that bad, actually. Some strong words. Twitter would be so upset. Like, I can already see the reactions before you listen to me talk about this. If you have a bad reaction, put it down below. Put it in the comment section of this video. I want to hear about it. Why is OOP bad? Why do you think OOP is bad? I have my own opinions, pro and con, so I want to hear what you think in the video comments below. So, OOP is not that bad, actually, by osa1.net. So, OOP is certainly not my favorite paradigm, but I think mainstream statically typed OOP does a few things right that are very important for programming with many people over long periods of time. I'm going to call out two things. Two things I think they do right. I think OOP grouping data and actions together, I think that's fine and good. I like it. And I think interfaces are good, and I like those. So those are the two concepts I think probably are the best concepts from OOP. And one of the worst is probably polymorphism and inheriting from base classes, especially if you get into the diamond pattern, the diamond inheritance problem, where you have one class, and then two classes, like two base classes, and then one class, like which one does it inherit from? Like the problem that C++ just accepts. If you have something like that, I think it's a nightmare. I don't think it's good at all. But I think interfaces and putting your methods and your data together are both good design concepts that OOP brings forth. So let's see. And a lot of functional languages actually take that approach, and Go takes that approach. So let's see where this article goes with it. But that's my opinion anyway. In this post, I want to explain what I think is the most important one of these things that the mainstream statically typed OOP languages do well. Then I'll compare the OOP code with Haskell to try to make the point that OOP is not as bad as everything as some functional programmers seem to think. What even is OOP? In this post, I use the word OOP to mean programming language. In this post, I use the word OOP to mean programming in statically typed languages with classes that combine state and methods that can modify the state, inheritance, which allows classes to reuse state and methods of those other classes, subtyping, where if a type B implements public interface of type A, Values of type B can be passed as A. Virtual calls, where receiver class of a method call is not determined by static type of the receiver, but its runtime type. Interesting. So I think that last one, the virtual calls, is where most languages either choose. That's the polymorphic behavior. Subtyping also contains that behavior and inheritance. So this is what I think where I think this and interfaces is where I think OOP should probably stop, and where you should favor composition over inheritance, even in languages that support polymorphic behavior. Examples of OOP languages according to this definition: C++, Java, C#, and Dart. JavaScript technically does this, although they make the statically typed argument here, and that's not necessarily true. Statically typed languages are not necessarily the only OOP languages out there. Like Python is complete. You shouldn't use classes in Python for performance reasons, but it supports them, and JavaScript also kind of supports classes and polymorphic behavior. So I think those should be thrown in here as well, but let's see where we're going with this. An example of what this allows. This set of features allows a simple and convenient way of developing composable libraries and extending the libraries with functionality in a backwards compatible way. It's probably best explained with an example. Suppose we have a simple logger library. Class, logger, private, constructor initializes the state. Okay, public factory can return logger or any one of the subtypes. Okay, log, severity. Is this a singleton they're trying to do here? Interesting. What language is this? Dot? That's a weird constructor. Enum, severity, info, error, and fatal. And another library that does some database stuff. Class, database handle. And the application that uses both logger and database handle. My app. Okay. Yeah. Again, I don't know what is the syntax, but is this like Kotlin or something? I didn't think it does this. So, as it is usually the case, things that make network connections, change shared state, etc. need to be mocked, faked, or stubbed to be able to test applications. We may also want to extend the libraries with new functionality. With the features that we have, we don't have to see this coming and prepare the types based on this. In the first iteration, we might just add a concrete class that is just a copy of the current class and make the current class abstract. Abstract class logger. Okay, and then an abstract log method. Simple logger extends logger. So here's one of the problems with this mentality. If you have another attribute here, and so you can only, in most languages, not so that diamond inheritance problem that I mentioned, where like in C++ you can have two parents and then they like you which path do they inherit from, that isn't an issue in things like Java and C# because you can only have one base class. You can only have one parent class. And that in itself is a problem because then your class is not open for extension. Like you can't add on to the class like you would be able to by just adding an interface to it. It creates a problem. I've actually run into issues where I had a library that helped with creating comparison stuff, and because my class inherited, like those classes could never inherit from any other tree, which is a problem. But if it was an interface, that's not an issue, and then you can just have as many interfaces as you want. So kind of an interesting problem that extending and using abstract classes versus just simple interfaces can get you. This change is backwards compatible, requires no changes in user code. Now we might add more implementations for ignoring log messages. Okay, ignoring, yeah. Extends logger. Similarly, we can add a logger that logs to a file, to a database, etc. We can do the same for the database handle class, but for mocking, faking, or stubbing in tests. So see, what I would do is I would have a parent logger container or something, and I would hold a list of things that implement the iLogger interface, and then those loggers can do whatever they want. Like they could wrap other loggers, or they could we could output to all of them or some of them. They could define what levels they accept within themselves. I think that would be a better interface overall. So interested to see. I don't understand why inheriting would be better. So similarly, we can add a logger that logs to a file, to a database, etc. We can do the same for the database handle class, but for mocking, faking, and stubbing in tests. See, this is what I like. So in the case of like a list, you could just pass in one single logger, and then everything would behave as you would expect, because the logger container, like, things know how to use the logger container. It would more like be, you'd have one instance of a logger, and then you'd have a list of logging syncs within that logger. I think that'd be a better way to conceptualize this. To be able to use these new subtypes in our app, we implement a factory or add a constructor to allow passing of a logger to a DB handle. Yeah. Note that we did not have to change any types or add type parameters. Any methods of my app that use logger and DB handle fields do not have to know about the changes. Now suppose one of the database handle implementations also start using the logger library. Abstract class database handle, factory database handle with logger. So see, I generally don't like to have these like with. Sometimes these can be okay. When dealing with data classes, I find the with methods are alright. But I find in things like this, like the with logger, this just adds a lot of boilerplate. Just take in a, just take in all the needed parameters at construction time. I don't need to sit here and call a bunch of methods to like construct the object and then do a bunch of validation on that. Just give me a long parameter list. I don't care that the parameter list is long. I don't care that I can't do like the method chaining thing. I'm not a huge fan of that. Just give me a parameter list of all the things you expect. Make the things that are optional. Just give me the parameter list. That's more what I think should happen. And then logging database handle extends database handle. It has a logger. And then calls the superclass. Okay. In our app, we might test by disabling logging in the DB library, but also start logging DB operations in production. We have the with logger, the ignoring logger, with logger to file. Example that adds more state to the types, we can add a logger implementation that only logs messages above a certain severity. Simple logger, severity. Yep. We can add another logger to the logger abstract class that returns this type, or we can even implement this in another library. Implements logger. And then we have log above severity with logger. Then we override the log method. Okay. As a final example to demonstrate adding more operations, we can have a logger that logs to a file with a flush operation. Okay. In summary, we started a simple logging and database library and wrote an app. We added more capability to the logging database library for testing and also in production use. In particular, we added new functionality to the logger library to disable logging or logging to a file, new dependency to the database library for logging database operations. We also allowed users to override the default logger used. Crucially, we didn't have to change any types while doing these changes, and new code is still as type safe as before. Again, I think the right play here would have been to have a list of logging syncs and just passed in a fake logging sync into your call, because then you can test, or you can even pass like a fake logger in if you've got the right interface on the front, and then you don't have to use extending classes or anything like that at all. And I think that's just going to be a better trade-off overall, to just extend rather than, or not extend, but to implement interfaces rather than extending classes. I think erring on the side of interfaces for everything is it's a better trade-off to error that way than it is to do it the other way. So that's just my opinion. The logger and database libraries evolve in a completely backwards compatible way. Since none of the types used in our application changed, my app methods didn't have to change at all. But you ended up with a bunch of different types all running around for the same thing. When we decide to take advantage of new functionality, we update only how we construct the logger and DB handle instances in our app. Rest of the app didn't change. Now let's consider how something like this could be done in Haskell. Okay, I'm going to say right now that it is very highly likely that I am not going to understand any of this. Functional programming, like when I see functional programming languages, I like follow the base concepts for a little while, and then words like monad and endofunctors get thrown around and my brain just melts. So just be ready for some brain melting here. Like I'm probably not going to get this. So let's see. Option 1, an ADT, I don't know what that is, with fallback fields to be able to add different types of loggers later. So we get a data logger, MK logger, log message severity IO. Okay, simple logger, IO logger, data severity. So this is our enum deriving equal and or, so they're increasing in severity. Logger string severity IO. In this representation, extra state, like the minimum severity level of our log above severity, is not added to the type, but captured by the closures. So log above severity IO logger. Log above severity min logger. Yeah, I'm not sure what that ending portion does. If we need to update some of the state shared by the closures, then the state needs to be stored in some kind of reference type like IOREF. Similarly, the OOP code, the file logger needs to be a separate type. So MK file logger callback captures the file descriptor buffer and write to it. Captures the file descriptor buffer and flushes it. Okay. Then we have the log file logger and string severity IO log file logger equal. Yeah, I'm lost. It's fair to say I'm lost. However, unlike our OOP example, existing code that uses the logger type and log function cannot work with this new type. There needs to be some refactoring, and how the user code will need to be refactored depends on how we want to expose this new type to users. A type class that we can implement for our concrete logger types. Class logger A, where log is a string, an IO, simple logger, make simple logger, yeah. To allow backwards compatible changes with the logger library, we need to be able to hide the concrete logger class. I can export this without exporting its return type. Interesting. This module we have either to either add a type parameter to the functions and other types that use the logger, or use existentials. See, this is really. Do we need a word like existentials? I don't need existential crises in my programming languages. That's just not necessary, right? Adding a parameter is not backwards compatible change, and in general, it can cause a snowball effect on propagating the type parameter to the direct users and then their users, and so on, creating a massive change and difficult to use types. The problem with existentials is they are limited in how you can use them and are somewhat strange in some areas. In our application, we can do this. For all a dot logger. Okay. Oh no. Effect monad approach. Okay. I don't know. I don't understand any of this because it's Haskell. That's how I feel right now. Okay, let's skip to the conclusions because I think that's where I'm most interested in what's going on here. So mainstream statically typed OOP allows straightforward backwards compatible evolution of types while keeping them easy to compose. I consider this to be one of the killer features of mainstream statically typed OOP, and I believe it is an essential feature for programming with many people over long periods of time. Just like OOP, Haskell has design patterns, such as the effect monad pattern we've shown above. Some of these design patterns solve the problem nicely, but they need an entire ecosystem to follow the same pattern to be useful. I think it would be beneficial to the functional programming community to stop dismissing OOP success in the industry as an accident of history and try to understand what OOP does well. Okay. Show comments. Are there some spicy comments here? Nope, nothing. Cool. I really do want to understand Haskell more. I wish I could understand this because I want to really understand the idea. Hey Davy Bones, what's up? I want to understand how Haskell works, but the syntax is just way too foreign to me. And putting commas in your new line, like what is this? Like SQL? Like what are you doing here? Like your comma should be at the end of the line, and this should be on the new line. Like what are we doing here? There's just syntax things that I'm hung up on here, and that I think I need to learn a functional language or maybe a few functional languages and then come back to this article and maybe get the second half, because the first half I'm following. Like I get what the argument is. I don't buy the argument. I think that composition would have given you a better result out of it. I think the logger class, instead of being abstract, the logger should contain logging syncs, and those logging syncs should be able to do everything your logger needs them to do, and then you can just use that logger as like a container class essentially to be an interface over the top of like multiple subclasses, and all that logger class should do is just iterate through all the logging syncs and just dispatch logging events to it, and maybe tell those logger classes when things are shutting down or when to flush to their logging sync. I think that's basically it. So I am like, I do find the argument to be a little dubious, but I would like, again, maybe I would find this more compelling if I actually was able to understand the Haskell part of it. It's entirely likely. But yeah, I don't like programming in this style. I don't think inheritance is great. I think inheritance can be good in some select scenarios, but I think if you just err on the side of using interfaces instead of inheritance and use composition instead of inheritance, I think you'll be way better off in the long run. So If you like this video, please leave a like and subscribe to future videos. If you think this video is wrong, if you think I'm wrong, or if you think the article was right, please leave a comment in the description below. The link to the article will be down there as well as a link to the channel. If you'd like to be here live, we generally start these at around 8 p.m. Pacific time every Monday over on Twitch. So if you'd like to be here for the recording of those, subscribe over on Twitch and watch there. So, all right. I think that's it. Y'all have a good one. Okay. All right. So, now that we have done one article, I think it is about time. Let me text our guest for the evening. See if he is if he's still planning on joining. All right, we can probably get him on here in a sec. Probably need to go set up a meeting. So get this set up. We'll probably need desktop audio. Oh, actually, no. We want Firefox audio. We'll see if he's around real quick. If not, oh, yeah. If not, we can move on and we can work on a different project. But it looks like we might be good. We're gonna be a few minutes. All right, let's go over and let's start. Don't mind this. Okay, we're probably gonna want. Well. We're gonna want this way bigger. That looks probably pretty good. Let's close some of this other stuff.
Mom, get showering. Just go use the tap.
Let's close some of this stuff, get it out of our way here. Three here. So I think we are ready. I just did it again. Alrighty. So we could probably, I mean, we could maybe start looking at an article real quick. I don't know if we have quite enough time. Um, but yeah, we can see. We can see. Should start that. Hello, hello.
Hello.
Whoa, your audio's really loud. One sec. How's it going?
It's going great. Long day.
Yeah, it's been a long few days for me. So
Oh, it's been hell.
work or school,
Why not all?
all of it. Yeah, that's about how it goes, right?
Work, school, midterms, projects.
Yeah. How did midterms go?
Uh, Today's midterm. Never let IT into the room when there's a midterm going on. Because an IT guy came into our midterm hall and like tried restricting the network access, and everyone ended up losing all their work.
Oh no, no, that is not the time to do an impromptu network traffic shaping fun.
Yeah, it was. And we didn't get like that much extra time, so I just bumped a midterm today.
Oh, that's not fun. That's not fun. So
Yeah,
yeah, makes for a long day. So
it was a really long day. Then fun work stuff and all that.
um, oh, so all right. Well, let's we can probably dive into maybe doing some Laravel then.
Yeah.
So
You might have to explain the concept of the app completely.
yeah, yeah. So and again, we can if this is too much or too complicated or like we need to like adapt it to be like easier and throw out some features, that's
Yeah.
completely fine.
Yeah.
Um, like I said, this is just mostly for me to learn and
Yeah.
explore Laravel. So if this is a throwaway app, that's completely fine. But
Yeah.
I was thinking like I don't know if you've ever used like an app like All Trails, or like you have like different hiking trails and you can post pictures of them, and you can rate them like if you like the views, what you liked about them, like say like the parking was terrible but the views were incredible, you could say that sort of thing on it, and you could maybe even view like a map of where it is and like where the trail goes. That's probably way too complicated for
Okay, we
this,
should.
so
I mean, I've done similar stuff with Laravel, like regarding maps, where you
oh,
just got like coordinates, but that is a more advanced.
thank you Barrett
That,
for following, by the way. Just
what? Oh
we
yeah.
somebody just jumped on and followed. Thank you Barrett for following.
Ooh, that's
Appreciate it.
awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
On Twitch or YouTube, because I
On
just see a Google Meet screen.
on Twitch. So
Oh, Twitch.
so
I don't think I have a Twitch account.
I don't think you need um I don't think you need like a Twitch account to view a stream, but
Yeah, I see you right now. Um I just like open Twitch. See you.
oh my looks like my capture HDMI capture's not behaving again. Like 2 seconds, deactivate, activate. There we go. All right. So yeah, you said you've built something kind of similar to this before.
No, not this. I mean like something using location data. Like it was a DoorDash style application.
Oh, like real time updates.
Yeah, we had that also real time. Yeah, Laravel makes real time so easy, but I haven't done that in a while, so it would be nice to maybe do something like that again.
Yeah. So again, we'll see how far we get. So we're
Yeah, I think we should just focus on like the crude aspect first.
yeah, yeah. So let's get started. So
Alright.
repos. Let's go to
You might want
source.
to share your screen.
Um, can I do that? Yes, I can. Give me 2 seconds. I can share my screen to you. I have to switch my input here so that you can see my screen too without the delay. Do. Window projector preview. And then share window screen. That's the wrong OBS window. Yeah, there we go. Oh, I should just do HDMI capture, not screenshot, window projector, source. There we go. So let's close this one. There you go. Now you can see my screen and I'm not in the way.
Oh, I mean, yeah, it works
Yep.
anyhow. I
Yep.
really don't. So,
Alright, so in my repos directory, so we need to use artisan to scaffold the project, correct?
we use Composer to create. It's just like npm init project. We
Okay.
use Composer to scaffold a project. So Composer require or yeah. Oh no, it should be Composer new project. I really never remember this command.
This is
Something.
something you almost never do, right? Like you're always working on an existing. So composer new project.
I think so.
Command new is not defined.
Composer create project. It's Composer.
Composter.
And
That's
and
different.
there's like a hyphen. Composter. Double S. You have a double S right there.
Yeah, I do. Composer create project like this.
Then yes. Then Laravel slash Laravel. So, no, like Laravel slash Laravel.
Oh, gotcha. Like a
Yeah.
namespace package.
Yeah.
Okay, like that.
Yes, and then the name of the Laravel app.
So we'll just call this hiker app for now. Just for now. Okay. Scaffolding it out.
Oh yeah, we got a new command in Laravel world. Composer run dev.
Composer run dev. Does that like is that like npm run or
Yeah,
npm start?
it also runs npm, so it runs like hidden logs and all that nice stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Theo had a bit of a rant on Twitter, and the Laravel team took notes.
Oh.
This is always so slow on your computer.
I know.
I
There's nothing going on either. Like if you look at it's just sitting there 0.3 0.4 of a CPU.
Interesting.
So I don't know why, but it always takes a minute.
Okay, looks Looks like it's working.
It's not a slow computer either. Like 6 cores and 12 threads. It should be pretty quick.
Ooh.
It's probably my internet.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, CD into Hiker app.
So
All right.
I'm interested in seeing what this new command does. Composer on dev.
Need to install following packages. I assume that's fine.
Yeah, I should.
Install whatever you want on my computer, right?
Oh. We've got our server running.
V not found.
Uh-oh.
I think we need to do npm
npm
install.
npm.
All right. Let's try that again. It'd be nice if it like detected it automatically and ran npm install if the packages weren't there yet. That would be a neat little nice
Yeah,
touch.
this was a like really quick. Yeah, I think it's something that I think that should be an easy PR. If node modules exists.
Yeah. So localhost 8080. Do I want the 8000 one or 5173? Do I want the
Yeah,
Veet
we
server?
want the 8,000. Yeah, we want the 8,000.
Okay. Localhost.com. There we go.
Okay.
All right. It's alive. Okay. So now let's start a new.
It would be awesome if we could use Flux or something, so we don't have to worry about stuff. We could use like my package, but it's not ready.
At some point, we could, but
Yeah, but because I really don't want to have to worry about like
CSS.
yeah.
So. All right. What's our next step here?
So we need to like think about what we want to build and like what are the first steps. What do you think like are the first steps of like the main features that we can like set up for that?
So probably like viewing a list of trails. That's like your biggest feature, right? Like
So it's just like CRUD with
Yep.
a bunch of trails.
Yep.
And who can add? Is this like a social network? Is there like an admin dashboard or?
Probably probably both. You'd probably have like you can submit new trails and then they'll have to be reviewed by a moderator, sort of a thing in an admin section.
Ooh. So we might want to scaffold. Yeah, let's just. I think Jetstream has built-in rows. I don't think I've ever used that before.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
let's just set up Jetstream.
Okay. All right. So, do we want to go to the docs for that, or?
Yeah, we can go to the docs. Just copy and paste. Oh no, Jetstream has no roles. And we in Laravel world we have like a company called Spatsy that creates a bunch of packages.
Okay.
Everyone just uses their permissions package.
Okay. So, should we set this up, or do we set up that
Yeah.
package first?
Yeah, we can set this up. So we have to set this up before setting up the package.
Okay.
So just install and let's not forget dark mode this time.
Where is it?
We have to get
There we go.
we have to install Jetstream first. So
Okay.
Composer require Laravel slash
So we did
Jetstream.
that. We're doing that. Okay. Okay. Hmm. These ones aren't too bad, install speed wise. Well, maybe I spoke too soon.
This is typically like way faster on my laptop. So I'm like,
Are
why
you
is this happening?
are you running on Linux?
Yes.
Okay. So it's not like a Mac versus Linux issue or anything like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe some cache, composer cache, or
It's possible this stuff isn't cached, but it should have cached. Maybe not this version though, but I was gonna say it should have cached Jetstream from last time.
but the current thing that's being run like PHP Artisan vendor publish, that is a Laravel post command. So that is weird to me.
Yeah. That is kind of
That
odd.
is
But I wonder if it's doing like its final build step there, getting like a bunch of generated stuff.
Yeah, it just publishes a bunch of stuff from different packages. It
Hmm.
doesn't. It's typically like way quicker.
Hmm.
So yeah, we can install Jetstream,
So did
the library version.
did the require.
Yeah,
So do we want? So we want the
dark.
the bottom one. We want Livewire as well. If I heard you right.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. I think it runs that command every time at the end, no matter what you do, because it's running it again.
are you? Oh, I think it. No, it's because it's also installing Livewire. We don't have Livewire in this
Ah,
project.
okay.
Oh, so much time passes.
Yeah,
This is
like
this
why?
lap. That
I
was so
really want to
weird.
know what. Like, there's nothing going on here.
Ooh, I see PHP Artisan Jetstream.
PHP is there being run. It's like half a CPU though. That's it.
Mhm.
Yeah, like I said, I've got 12 threads and it's only using a fraction of one.
Yeah, I think that's fine. As long as we aren't like doing a bunch of composer stuff, it's fine.
Yeah. There's some sort of optimization that probably needs to be enabled or some sort of dependency I'm missing or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's definitely not the hardware. It's more likely to be the internet connection, I guess. So, do we want to rerun the migrations?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right.
So now we just need to do npm install, npm run build. Oh no, we aren't running build, just npm install.
We might want to do build because that'll build assets and then
But aren't we still running dev?
no, not right
Oh
now.
yeah, you turned it off. Yeah.
Yeah. So what was that? npm. Or npm build.
You can do composer on dev since we are on building. Like we want port reloading and all that stuff.
Yep, and we want both servers up.
Yeah.
So all right. Um. All right, we got login and register.
So we could
There we go.
yeah. So we've got login. So
So
we could start creating the trails. So we can create the model for the trails.
okay, and then we do that through the CLI here.
Yes. So we can create like all the resources that typically goes with a model. So using the -a flag. So we
Okay.
can say PHP artisan make model. Oh, colon. Sorry, colon
Yeah,
between
yeah,
the.
yeah. I should remember these things. It was just a
You know,
few weeks ago.
yeah. PHP artisan make models, and we can call it. No, we want to. I don't think you would want to create it that way because we might want to. You can just like put space and then trail.
Like that?
Yes, and then pass the -a flag.
What does the -a flag do?
So it creates a model migration, Cedar factory, a
Okay.
bunch of stuff.
Okay.
So we've created a migration, and I'm sorry, we've created a model, a migration. So now we need to go define our tables, like in the migration file,
Okay.
trails file.
So I assume I want that, and then we come over here to database, migrations,
And
users,
create trails, the last one.
create trails table. Okay.
Yeah, so now we specify the type of data going into the table.
Okay. So we want a name.
Yes.
Text, probably. Expected
Yeah.
one argument. Is this just the length?
And no, the name of the table, like a text called name.
Oh, right. What's convention for you guys in the database? Capital, name,
No,
lowercase.
lowercase.
Okay, cool. Name and like the timestamp's already the created on. So maybe like a user ID, like a created by, submitted by.
Okay, so we can have a foreign key, foreign ID.
Okay.
I think, yeah, just type it in foreign ID.
Okay.
Yeah, that one. And we reference the users. Like I never. Yeah, we reference the users table. Like pass as an argument.
Okay. So how does that? So just say user,
Yeah, you can technically do that. If I no user like
user
I
app
think you
models.
can do that.
This.
Yeah, I think you can do that. Like I never remember. I typically just Google the syntax sometimes because. But I
Yeah,
think you
it's
and you have to like do colon class.
ah, because that specifies the type rather than like trying to instantiate it. Okay.
So I'm just looking up the syntax on Ivy.
Just double checking.
Yeah. Foreign key constraints, foreign user. So foreign ID, user ID. I think yeah, I've never really used that syntax, but typically we just pass like user and underscore ID. But I think that should work.
This should
And
be
then
more type safe, right?
yeah,
Technically.
and then after that we put like cascades. we changed cascades to
Like this?
oh sorry, constraint, not cascades. I'm thinking of something else. And yeah, wrong syntax. PHP
Ah,
constraint. What am I
constrained.
thinking of? Oh yeah. And then we can see what happens on update and on delete. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of cascade.
Yeah.
So
So when
we can see.
actually we don't want to delete the trail even if the user gets deleted, right?
I typically do on delete. I typically do like on delete cascade, but we in Laravel world we do a lot of soft deleting.
Yeah, technically it would be a soft delete rather than a hard delete. So,
Yeah, so but I don't know any works, but just to not have to deal with nulls. But yeah, I
yeah.
get. So we have to specify what happens on update and on delete. So you can chain on update and you can specify that.
Okay.
So
So constrained and then you chain uh on update. Okay. Gotcha.
yeah,
And
and you can either say like null or delete or
mm,
no action. I think you can say like cascade or no action or like a string.
so
You can say it's null.
this is if the user changes if the user's
Oh, cascade.
cascade probably.
Yeah.
So how do I specify that? Just in a string
Yeah, you can specify it as a string or
like that?
yeah.
Okay. And then on delete, we'll make it easy. We'll just say cascade.
For now, yeah. So we don't have to
Can we
deal with it.
what's convention for multi-lining these? The chained?
Yeah, you can like take the that from the no, not we typically take the arrow with it down.
Gotcha. Like this?
Yeah.
No, I didn't do it right. Okay. Cool.
No.
So that's just gonna name it user ID in theory. Like that'll just be a
Yeah, that's
column
what
name.
I think should happen. That's what I feel. Like in Laravel, we just go with the flow. That's what I feel should happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I trust the framework enough for this to happen. Please, Taylor, please.
We'll either get an error or it'll be named user class and that'll be fine.
Oh no, I don't think it's me. Yeah, I mean, let's try it. Run the migration, see what happens.
Okay. So we can go back to this one and we can
No, I'm almost certain that that should work. So it's migrate. Yeah, that worked.
okay. It ran. All right. It was happy with it at the very least.
So now we need to so we can start with the update. We can like create the update center for
Okay.
sorry, a create center. I am
Maybe
tired.
should we start from the user side or should we start from like the admin side?
I think we should just do users first because we haven't added the package and I really do not want to do roles and permissions by hand.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Um so where should we go for that? So we're going to go
What are we doing?
so the user side like creating submitting
Okay, yeah. So we can create a page for like for that, a livewire component.
and there's a CLI for that.
Yes, PHP artisan make livewire.
Okay.
You can just hit enter.
And then what is the name?
So I typically full page for full pages I do like pages slash something.
Pages slash
Yeah, I think it's the other slash. Or no, pages dot. Yeah, Livewire does uses dot,
okay.
and P is meant to be in small. P is meant to be small. Yeah, pages dot, and maybe trails dot create, because I still try doing crud ish.
Like that.
Yeah, something like that. But this is
Okay.
just a me convention.
Okay. Yeah. No, it makes sense. Do we want it
No,
to no,
never,
we don't
never
want
doing line.
inline. I might be bad and I might explore that later, but
Yeah. I'd rather just do a full. We have this thing called folio.
Mm,
I'd rather just do an and like I'd rather just do I'd rather just do it using folio. Is it Volt? Sorry, not folio. Volt.
mm.
Yeah. So it's
Uh
like PHP at the top, Vue at the bottom, which is
gotcha.
so nice. So
Gotcha.
do you want to create a test file? We don't do
No.
testing here.
No
We
tests,
don't test on
please.
this channel.
No. Not
No
yet anyway.
testing.
No TDD. Not here. um okay. So created the view. Congratulations. All right.
So,
Do we want to go to the file?
yeah, we can go to the file, but we
The
might want to add it to the navigation list. So Jetstream probably published a bunch of the files for like that. So do you have a file tree? So I don't know, because this is Jetstream, so I don't know where they store, but maybe try nav. Should
so
be resources,
ah
resources.
nav
Eh, I think it's a navigation menu.
the
I think.
blade.php file. This one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So we have a
Nav. Yeah. So we have nav links. So Jetstream gives us a bunch of. Jetstream gives us. You might want to get Blade syntax highlighting, because that is interesting. There is no
actually
Blade. There is no Blade.
um
It's There is no Blade in Mason. You have to use it. I use a like a beta blade, which is just not that nice. Laravel blade nvim formatter. LSP.
so is it the real question is it a blade formatter? That's a formatter.
Yeah. We're looking for an LSP. I don't
Well,
think.
we're looking for like a tree sitter grammar, right?
Yeah. Oh, so yeah, tree sitter grammar, not LSP. My Vim skill issues are showing on stream. Ouch.
So I think we need to define a file type. Tree sitter grammar for Laravel blade files.
I think this is what I use.
Please keep an eye. Upgrade guide, introduction, NeoVim, Nova, NeoVim users. If you're a NeoVim user, highly recommend checking out this discussion. Okay. So this is a. So we gotta add this to my config. Add file settings for init.nvim. Yeah, I thought.
I don't think it's that. We could probably eyeball it.
It's
At
like
least.
this, I think. I think I need this. I need to define a file type.
Yeah.
I think that's the first step. We'll see what it does when I do that. If Blade has been added to the tree sitter repository or whatever, then we should pick up on that. So all right. So now file types. Okay. Okay, we didn't blow up. That's good. 3 quit. So it was navlink.
No, navigation menu. The first one.
.blade.php. It didn't.
But I think it's if I remember correctly, it was I had to install it.
Yeah, it looks like because it's not. It might not be an official grammar.
Yeah.
We have to install it. This is why are there Emacs configurations in here? I don't want that. Command.
Yeah, I see parser.config.blade. So I see like
So this stuff, I think I probably need,
yeah, I think so.
because this is a lazy nvim config. I think this
You don't
is.
use lazy?
I do use lazy.
Okay, I wanted to say the horror.
I used to
No.
use Packer, and then I tried the PCKR one, and that just didn't work and was slow. So I moved over to lazy.
Oh no, lazy is awesome.
Where's tree sitter? Oh, I have it off in its own file. Tree sitter. Oh, I do have a config function here. So how do we merge this with that? So
Just slap it somewhere. Just
just stick it in there.
you just stick it in there. You might want to look at the parser config because you might have a local parser config. Because .get parser configs. You might have like a custom parser config for maybe like a different language. So you might want to just add like the blade table in there.
This guy, essentially.
Yeah, so
I don't think I do. Let's go look.
let's see.
Highlight. I don't think it. Yeah.
No, you don't. It doesn't
I don't.
look like
So I can just drop that section
Yeah.
in there, like at the end.
Yeah.
Do I need all this? I don't think I need all that. Like the do file stuff. But I need this. Okay.
For everyone on Twitch and YouTube, I use Vim by the way.
Is it NeoVim, by the way?
It's NeoVim, but NeoVim is way too long to brag about. Like the name is just way too long to say.
NVim.
I
NVim.
use NVim by the way.
So that looked like it loaded all right, at least. And
Check
then
the blade. Yeah.
I keep.
Navigation.
Okay. And then I should be able to. No.
Try TS install.
No, I know what the problem is. There we go. Navigation menu.
Try doing
Com-
TS install.
Whoa. Do you see that?
Yeah, trace that parser for blade has been installed. I see no colors, but
It says it's there.
maybe
Oh,
see no colors, but
why? TS buff enable? 0. What do we got? TS. Node under cursor. Config info? TS config info? I don't think... I'm not sure it did anything. Well, although that's a callback function, so it might not show up. Require context. Parser config.blade. File type blade. Am I missing something?
I have no idea. Don't forget to add all the after stuff as well.
There's after
Yeah,
stuff?
that's what it said. Don't forget to add all that after. So then, require nvim tree setup config setup opt. If I know.
What's the after stuff?
I have no idea.
What are they referring to?
I cannot remember.
Turns out I need the following at the top level of my config.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll also just check mine. So I don't know what I did.
Oh, he's using plug. Config. Function.
Oh, I think you have to create an after.scm and oh no, I think that was generated. I don't remember generating this. I could never generate this.
Yeah.
Never this.
Why can't they just give me the... Oh my gosh, this guy's got way too much config.
Oh, yeah, you do.
Parser and then require setup ops. Tree sitter config setup ops. He does that after the parser config stuff. What is he doing up here? Move. Oh, jump list stuff. Object. Like, I don't care about incremental selection or any of that. Yeah. No, he's just doing... Oh, is this what you're talking about? The queries blade highlights.scm?
Yeah.
Yeah, that should all get generated for us.
I feel like you should check if it's in your vim config, maybe.
Should it... Isn't that part of...
I have no clue. I don't know who added this. Was that me? Did I just copy and paste it?
Do you have it in your config?
Yeah. Yes, I do have it in my config.
Okay. It's like I said, I wonder if I need to move my setup function down below the parser.config.blade, setting all that.
Yeah, mine doesn't look like it's in. Mine just looks like it's outside the setup function.
Oh, yours is outside, like in a...
Just after it's not in the config, it's just out there.
I'm gonna give this a try. Let me double check my file type too. So vim file type pattern *blade.php equals blade. So we added the file type blade. So that, everything there makes sense, right?
Yeah. Oh, I also in servers in Mason I added HTML in HTML file types, HTML, Twig, HBS, and Blade. So just for basic formatting. Like
Blade. This, not the stimulus one. Because I see blade formatter.
yeah, in Mace in require new like my config for my HTML my oh geez, this was a Laravel stream and somehow ended up into a new vim.
Neovim config stream. That's
Oh,
fine. I'm fine with that.
yeah, no, it'd be good. I mean, it's because this is a like multi-day project, so
Oh yeah.
we might want to have
We'll come back to
um,
it. I'm sure.
we might want to have a working because we might go nuts in the process. But
So I have blade formatter now. Let's.
do you have a Mason?
I doubt that'll change.
You should
This.
just for like regular highlighting, you could probably for file types in HTML, you could probably add like blade in file types for
I
your
could.
Mason.
I
Yeah,
could.
so you at least get HTML formatting for now.
Hmm. Am I ready to give up on this? um. Tree sitter. What am I doing wrong? Require the config function. Require setup and vim tree sitter config.
Do you have the after files?
I do. I could add an after and put all that code in after.
Yeah, I think that's what they asked for, if I'm not mistaken. So I think
So
we
we can
want to.
say treesitter.lua. And no errors. And then we need to navigation. I should just add this to Harpoon.
No, I mean like the after files generated by like Blade, like by like TS, like the queries thingy, the
Yeah.
after slash queries slash Blade. I feel like it's worth a shot. Highlights SCM and injections.scm.
So where does that go though?
So it goes in config nvim after slash queries slash Blade. Oh, did you add a tree sitter after file? Query slash blade. Yeah.
I added
And
treesitter.lua.
oh no.
I mean, I just added this. I could delete this.
Yeah. Yeah, you can. You should. You probably should. I don't think that is needed.
I was just a shot. Like, is it is this the problem? Okay. So after and
Yeah.
then
Queries. Queries slash blade.
can I do this? I
Yeah.
can. Sweet. Okay.
And then highlights.scm.
Highlights.scm. Okay, and then that was over the values in here or whatever. This is an injections.scm too. Okay.
What is this name magic?
I don't know. Oh, or you mean me or
Oh no, I'm just
the
for
SCM
everyone in
files?
chat. Well, let's
Yeah.
see if that works.
Something tells me no, but I think it's worth a shot.
So it's worth a shot. Harpoon.
Why?
Oh.
Why? Why does that work?
Let's go.
What is that? Okay, okay, okay. Quick tangent. Quick tangent. Uh, NVim looks SCM. NVim looks for queries as SCM files in a queries directory under the runtime path, where each file consists of the queries for the specific language purpose. Tree sitter queries are a way to extract information about a parsed TS tree. Okay. More reading later. But, okay. So
Yeah, it's awesome we have this going on.
okay.
So
Alright.
now we can add a new navigation link.
Yep. So we need another X nav link right here, right?
Yeah.
Href equals route. So do we
We'll
want
say
this?
trails dot route. We'll create this route later.
Okay.
Trails dot create.
Like this?
Yeah.
Okay. And then
Active, and you do
the same
the
stuff.
same thing. Yeah, but with trails dot create. So it's just saying it's active. So just like in TypeScript, uh that is going to be evaluated. Sorry, not TypeScript. Vue.js. That is going to be evaluated. I don't know. I'm not sure how React works. Like
I don't know how React works most of the time either. So
so that syntax right there is called, like, it's for translation. So it's like if we have like a different language, it's a translate dashboard. So underscore underscore, the underscore underscore method is for translation. But
okay.
yeah, we can just say create trail. So it's just like you're just passing it a string to translate.
It's for localization. Got it.
Yeah, localization.
Okay.
I was just call it translation because
Oh,
like the method was formerly called trans in Laravel.
interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Um all right.
So
So
that wouldn't work because we haven't created the route itself. So
right.
the route file, if you can remember correctly, is in web.php under route/web.php.
This guy?
Yeah, and we want the person to be logged in to view the route. So we'll put that on that there and say route. So this is the nice thing about Laravel. Since we are doing a CRUD operation, we can do a resource, like we can like clump everything up together into one giant like resource. Instead of doing create, get, update, delete, we can just do
Mm-hmm.
route resource, and it would do all that for us.
And then
And
I
we will say trails. Yeah, you don't even need to put the slash. Laravel just knows what to do. Yeah, no, we are going to pass since we are using. Wait a minute. Oh no, actually never thought about this. I'm so used to not. Are we using Laravel, or are we still are we going all in on Livewire? Are we still going to have regular forms? That's another in
I I'd like to use Livewire mostly because of the
complete.
UX.
Yeah.
So we'll probably need to define the route. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, we'll have to do it one like, yeah, because we are using Livewire, so you have to define the route create instead of resource.
Okay.
But when using like with controllers, Laravel is such a different paradigm sometimes that I'm like, oh wait, this probably wouldn't work.
So create doesn't exist.
What?
So are you talking about like post?
Yeah, post. Sorry.
I thought I knew where you were going with that.
Trail slash create. You have
Uh,
to do like
so
slash trails. So
uh,
it's a Livewire. It's a Laravel convention. So we do slash trails slash create in the URL. No, I mean like the URL.
oh. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. And then
We pass a Livewire component that we've just created.
so that one's going to be, where is it? It's going to be in
Trails slash. You can just start typing trails slash create.
this one.
No, not that one. Trail, and then trail slash create.
Or is
Is
it
that
the
not it?
other?
Slash, not one slash. No, the second slash. It doesn't seem to find it. Okay, I think you should just type. You should just try typing create and just. Typically that
Create.
works.
Here we go.
Yeah.
That one.
Yes. That one, yeah. And
Ah, I see.
you have to do class.
Okay.
Yeah. And now we can go click on the link.
Okay.
Hopefully it works.
Let me double check that everything's still running. It's not. We have to run Composer. We didn't have any migrations, so we should be good. We need to strip the dashboard out of the URL. Enter.
I could swear you added the. No, we should be in dashboard because we added it to the top navigation.
Ah, okay. Why are we... What are we doing here?
Go back to the dashboard. Why is it taking so much time? That is interesting.
Okay.
Oh no.
What's going on here?
We have an infinite loop already.
Do we?
Could be. That's what typically happens to me.
So there's the Axios call.
Yeah, we should probably. Oh no. Oh yeah. It's an us skill issue.
It's... I mean, I'm used to such things.
Pale literally exited. So
Oh, internal server error.
Oh yeah, sorry, we forgot to give trail a name. Forgot to give the route a name, so we have to give it a name because we just gave it the URL.
Gotcha. Okay.
So we can do after our post we can add like a name. So we can
So as a new line?
No, not a new line, like as a like dash, just like we did for dashboard.
Function return view. Oh, name. There we go.
Yeah. Just the new name. Call the name method.
And then that's
name.
going to be trail
Dot
create. There we go. All right.
It's meant to be trails. What?
Is it?
Trails.create.
Should we name our route the same or?
Yeah, it should be trails. So we have like a plural. We typically do plural here in the routes.
Okay.
And then we can.
Not allowed. Supported method post.
Did you do post? Oh yeah, it's create is not get. Create is post. Sorry, create is not post. Create is get.
Yep.
I'm sorry, YouTube. You cracked today.
I can never tell if that word is good or bad on the internet.
I'm still recovering from a terrible midterm.
So let's reload that.
Please, no.
Missing
We have
layout.
no
Missing
layout
layout.
yet.
We had this last time too.
Yeah, so um uh we can define a that is, I don't want to do that all the time. So we'll just go to the livewire like config.livewire dot interesting. We don't have a livewire config. That is so interesting. Yeah, we have to do PHP artisan vendor publish. So we have to publish the config of livewire.
PHP artisan
Vendor
vendor publish.
publish. Uh, What what vendor would you like to get stuff from? You can
Jet.
search for livewire and livewire config.
Interesting. Okay, so that created the config livewire PHP.
Yep. Yes. So like the different packages can say, okay, we have this file that you can, just like shadc and CLI.
Okay. Um. So this guy
And we can look for layout.
layout components.layout.
So yeah, I think we might have this already. So let's see if it works. I hope so.
Without
You
even
can see
having to.
that exists. You know, we don't have that.
Nope.
We do not have that.
Okay. So we have to create this file essentially.
No, Jetstream probably provides us with one, but we have to find where. So you can just like search for layouts.
Layouts app.blade.
Yeah, so it's not in components. It's just in regular. Yes. So like
There's also
you
there's guest layout and app layout too.
yeah, well, I mean, this is just for logged in users, right? If you are doing something like, if it's just for logged in users, we can just like we don't need the app layout.
The create is just for logged in users.
Oh, but the view isn't.
Like you could see like the view, like if you went to the website you could view the list and search still, even if you're not logged in maybe.
Okay, then that's fine. We can so Livewire allows us to give like each separate component a layout. So we just have to define the layout method in the Livewire file.
Okay.
So we can just go to the file and like the trails create. Just trying to take a shortcut, and then create the layouts. Create the layouts in the public function layout. I typically would do it. My render for me is usually the last method.
That's right. That's the convention. I don't know why it doesn't indent properly. Something with the tree sitter grammars for PHP. I don't know. Or something in my config.
You can just return I don't know. It should be view. Return view. I'm not sure. Is it view? It could be view. And then we can just say app dot. Oh, is it layouts dot app? I can't like the file. Just layouts dot app. We had guest and app. Yeah, layouts dot app. It's in the layouts in the app.php in the layouts folder.
Like that?
Yeah.
Okay. And then
No. Okay. Back to the docs.
so what are we looking for?
Livewire layouts, components. Let's see, render.
Create post. Layout files. Livewire layout. App.blade.php.
Oh, darn it! It's not a layout method.
It's
It's
just the directive
oh
or
no, yeah,
decorator.
yeah.
Oh, that's
Can
nice.
you?
That syntax is nice.
I could swear it was a method. I could swear it was a
I
method.
bet there's probably both.
Oh, yeah, we are meant to change layouts to view. I see. That's why I thought, like, if you wanted to use the method. Wait. So yeah, these are PHP attribute classes. I have not like you have L in caps.
Yep.
It's a class, so
And
you have to
we have to
import the
import
class.
it. Yep. Yep. Livewire attributes layout.
You can also just like make the LSP autocomplete it for you. Layout.
Attributes. There's two different modules. There we go. All right. Let's try that. App.layout not found.
Interesting. Is it app dot? Is it layouts dot app, not app dot layouts dot app?
That was it.
Yeah.
That was it. So this syntax, it's using a dot instead of a slash, essentially, for the directory.
Yes. So directories are separated. You see this a lot in Laravel land. Like
Okay.
return view, for example, livewire.pages.trios.create.
Yeah. That's
Use that
interesting.
syntax. Yeah, it's one of those things I love about Laravel for some reason.
Okay. So then I assume we
You can
need to.
harpoon that because we switch back and forth.
Okay. Added.
The blade file itself.
So this should be
Create blade.php.
trails
Yeah,
create. Okay. Cool. So what do we? So we need a. It's a form.
Yeah, so I think Jetstream comes with like already made components.
Okay.
So just we can try X form, something like that. X dash form, X form.
No
And then
autocomplete.
I have a plugin for that. So you might, I don't know if that'll work for you. Just
What plugin? What's the name of the plugin?
go search for that. LSP Laravel. I don't know. See it.
It was just here. What did I?
These nvim configs are getting out of hand.
Conform blade formatter. I've already got the formatter.
Yeah. Something. I have Vim. I have a Vim Blade plugin, and oh, that's it.
That's highlighting.
Oh yeah, something called Lali components. So just you can search for Lali components on Lali components.
L.
ALI. Yeah, that one.
This top one.
There is a more comprehensive plugin. Ooh, I did
Oh.
not know that. When did that happen?
Oh.
There is a more. You might want to get the more comprehensive plugin because I just see there is a more complete nav. It opens views from controllers.
Oh, this allows like jump to definition and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, that looks pretty cool.
Okay.
I'm just finding this out now.
Oh, no, no. Not Packer. We want lazy. There's a copy button, and I always just hit the thing. Or always just highlight the thing for some reason. Lazy.lua. Yes, I was trying out Avante.nvim for a little while. Couldn't get it to work right. I'm not using COQ,
You don't use COQ.
so I wonder if this is gonna work. If using COQ.
Yeah, you can probably take that out.
Yeah, yeah. Optional, improve startup time, default true. Yeah, I'm using nvim comp, so CMP, so okay. Installed. Okay.
Lazy is goated.
Huh?
I said lazy is goated.
It's so much nicer than Packer was. Okay.
Well, let's see what Jetstream has to offer.
Form. Ah ha ha. Look at this.
One sec.
It's even got like little Laravel icons right next to the that's sweet.
Ooh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's fancy. Okay.
Form.
Form.
I think it should be form section. Yeah.
Okay.
I do not. It's like their version of a UI library. So I do not know how this works. So we are figuring it out together.
Okay.
Let's see what this renders. Maybe put like an input inside for good measure.
Input
Or like
type.
X input. So we
Oh,
like
X
use,
X input. X input. X input.
they probably wrapped the input also. Also have input error, which is nice.
Type.
Type.
Text.
Yeah, name is. Well, we'll probably use wire model again for creating it, so we don't even really need name.
We just want to see what this renders.
Yeah. Oh no.
Unexpected
You have to give-
variable
You have
title.
to give undefined. You have to give the what? What do you have to
Which
give
type?
the title?
The section has a title and a description?
Oh, so you have to give it a title. So it's just like a component, just like a test title. You can do create. Maybe.
If I can spell description, right? That looks wrong. You ever type something and you're like, that's right, but it looks wrong. Okay.
Undefined variable title again. Why does it take? Oh, wait a minute. Can you switch back? I would like to
Read this
see.
a little
So
more.
we have X section title, X slot name title. Interesting.
Oh, it's a slot. Is that like view slots?
Yes, so you have to make it a slot. Right. So it's not just a.
So how do you...
X slot. I didn't even know that syntax was possible. And then title, like colon title. I think.
Similar to view.
What am I saying? I think yes. This is the syntax. Yeah, you have to do X slot title again. Yeah, X slot title. Yeah. Hello. Maybe. If we can't figure it out, somewhere they've probably used it somewhere. So I do not know the API of their components. Just like how my UI library also has its API. It's just like Shad, their own tiny version for um description. I do not see a P there.
There you go.
Yeah. You didn't close it.
Moving too fast. Okay, let's see what this renders.
No.
Undefined value submit. What is submit? Form
Like,
wire submit.
oh, you have to pass like I think they want you to pass like the name of the method.
The
Looking at this,
handler.
because yeah, the handler, the name of the method in the backend. So probably create.
So this is gonna be up here in the form section.
Yeah, so it's just like abstracting what we did last time into.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can just do submit is equals to create.
Like that.
Interesting, interesting method of creating components.
Oh, unused variable form.
Undefined variable form. Oh, you are kidding me! Like, why?
So, are we? We
Well,
need a
I do not.
wrapping form.
Oh no, it's just asking you have to pass the slot for the form slot. So just like form is equals to like empty string for now at the top. No, not a slot. Sorry, not a slot. Form attribute. Yeah, it's I don't know why their API is quite weird.
And it doesn't like it.
Or maybe it's a slot also. Let's try making it a slot. Should be a slot.
Just an empty slot.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, the actual form. Yeah. The
So,
actual form.
so form like
X form, X slot form, and then the form. That is such a weird syntax.
yeah, I don't
Oh,
know
I
how I
can
feel
get
about
to-
that.
Okay. I should probably create an artisan UI starter kit.
It's like this.
Yeah, I feel like that should work. Yay! Finally.
That actually doesn't look half bad. The
What is
description
going
is.
on with the description?
It's just CSS. I can fix that later. Okay.
So maybe we can like add like an X label at the top of the input. I think they would have one of those. Let's see. Label.
X label. So it's really bad about like what's required here, huh? Text.
You probably have to put something.
Probably like 4. Like normally there's like a 4.
Yeah, and it's not a self-closing. I think most likely. Yeah. If I don't know. Depends on how they implemented it.
Yeah. It does. So let's just find out. Oh.
I feel like they even have like I feel like they have input groups. Trail name. Oh yeah, trail title. That works. I feel like they should have an.
I like trail name better. It's more. Okay.
Yeah. We can see if they have input groups too, because like I feel like the form still looks weird. But no.
Nope.
We could also like because they have like a profile page. We could also see their version, like when where they've used a form before. Maybe we can just wrap it in a div and write some tailwind and call it a day. And yeah, we can check that. Show dot
Yeah.
it's typically show dot blade for the but we can just check a random. Oh, so they called other components in there. So we can just check a random component from in there.
So there's
So you
components within the form essentially.
so like that is just like components within the show. The show blade is the page, and then there are components in that page.
Form section submit X slot name title name description name form, and then they put what's in here
A
divs.
bunch of
They put a regular input
because it's a
because
file.
it's yeah. X
Oh,
label.
weird sin. That is weird API. Use artisan UI people.
Yeah, that is odd, isn't it? X input type class. Weird. Weird. But we're basically using it the same way they are.
Yes. So,
So
except yeah, they didn't pass like HTML into they just passed regular names in
mhm.
like they just passed regular strings into. I feel like that's why the description was looking so weird.
Maybe.
Yeah, but that doesn't really matter for now, does it?
Nope.
So we could maybe put it if you want to. You can we can leave it like that. We can put it into a div. But what's important is the livewire ishness of. So we have a name and
Mhm.
we have a name and a user. So now we can write the create method
We need the
in this.
submit button in here real quick
Yeah, you
while we're
probably
here.
need the submit button. Yeah. So the thing is like you're learning Laravel from a Livewire perspective. So
Yeah.
Laravel, because typically Laravel itself also contains a bunch of stuff, but we're doing it in a Livewire-ish manner.
Yep. That makes sense. Okay.
We
That's
don't have
fine.
the component yet.
That's
We
fine.
haven't created yet.
I keep hitting Control B because that's the
Yeah,
keybind in Tmux.
Emacs. Yeah, that happens to me a lot.
I'm like, why am I hitting that button in the browser?
You might even want instead of using that, you might just want to use like a button component.
You think so, rather than the input, the submit. But it is in a,
Does it matter?
it is in a form, and the form action is submit.
So I thought I'd like X input type submit and button submit were like syntactic sugar for each other.
Do you see that? I put in a
What?
BR, and it just moved it over.
Maybe it's like this is the form is like is flexed. Oh no, backend developer does HTML for the first time. No,
It's
yeah, you might want to
probably
change that to like X button instead of X input.
okay.
Let's try X button. So we have different types of buttons. Yeah, I see that. So I think maybe X primary button. No primary? Weird. It's meant to like autocomplete. So maybe just like try it, start typing button and let's see our options. So there's
Secondary.
regular X button.
So button, danger, and secondary button. So that's
Oh,
fine.
interesting.
What did you just do, NeoVim? Okay. Submit, and then... Okay, so it looks a little different.
Yeah, so now we go write the create method.
Again, it's not respecting... My break tags.
Yeah, I think it's because it's flexed.
Weird.
Can I go pick up someone? A friend of mine is crying that I left him at the lobby.
About how long do you think?
Like 3 minutes.
Oh, okay, yeah. No problem.
Yeah.
I'll try to fumble
You
around
can,
with this and
you can try writing the method header for the create. Maybe.
so in create PHP.
Yeah.
Public function create. We did this before. Source local. We did this before. Where was it? To do. Is it in here? Add to do. Yeah. To do model. So I need. Do we have a trail model? Becomes the question. Do have a trail model. Okay. So we should be able create and then then we have to do the binding stuff. This title. Do we bind it the same way though? Because we're using a form, do we have to bind it the same way is the question. I'll have to ask him when he gets back. So, but I mean, I guess I can do to do or trails create to do model. Yeah. We have to do this. App models, trail as trail model. Okay. Yeah, we had issues with that last time. Okay, right here. So use trail as trail model. Trail model. Create. That's not there because we had trail model. No information available. Interesting.
Alright, I'm back.
Hey.
Yeah. So I see you managed to write the create.
Yeah, and I was trying to like call the model create
Yeah,
function here.
you are on the right track. That's correct.
I was using some of the stuff we wrote last time, trying to figure it out. So, are we like binding again? We're essentially gonna bind to that.
Yes. So we
that.
haven't done that yet. So we have to create like public property. So a public property here represents a binded like input.
Okay.
So we need a public string title. Maybe null. Oh yeah, no, just public string title. And maybe set it to default to an empty string.
That.
Yeah, and then for create, we'll just use that in creating trail create.
See, there's no create. It's
Oh,
created.
so there is, well, tech, it's a magic method in Laravel. So if
Okay.
you want the complete LSP, you have to go into query, like you have to take trail model query, then create. You have to go into query mode. Yes, query,
Okay.
then create.
Like this.
No, no, like query. You're just like to, like query, it's a method itself.
Okay, and then
Yes. Close it. No, just close it.
just close it, and then
Then create. So it's just like you're going into.
like
So
this.
Laravel does this for you automatically. Yes. So it calls it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. And then it was an array, associative array, if I remember right.
Yeah. Title, like in a string title, and
Gets
then
title.
no, not that one. Equals to.
Okay. Always trips
You
me
gotta
up.
love, you gotta love Laravel. Equals to and greater than sign. Yeah. Gotta love
Ah.
Laravel syntax
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah, yeah,
PHP. Weird PHP syntax, and it's
yeah.
this typing. Yeah, we don't have the. Oh no, no, he did it again.
No, I fixed it. I got it. I fixed it. It's fine. Don't, 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 don't look at that.
So now we have to bind this to the input. So we have to do wire model in the create, like in the blade file. I thought you had this in Harpoon.
I probably do. Yeah, it's number 1 in
It's not.
Harpoon.
That's navigation menu. So
No,
you don't have
no, I
that in
don't have it
Harpoon.
in Harpoon. So I do. Okay.
Name test wire model create wire model titles.
Wire
Colon.
model.
Yeah, is equals to title.
That.
And that's it. Yeah.
Okay. And then do we need to wire up submit the
No, no, we already doing that in the form. Like form X form section submit is equals to, we've done that there.
okay.
So it's meant to be wire submit, but for the live wire people decided to abstract that out. Oh, you've done the fillable already.
No,
That's
no, 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 no. This is from
no.
last time.
Oh, yeah, so you can just copy line 12. Fillable array. So
That's something different. And then this is trail.
trail.php. Just no, not trails, trail. The model names are singular. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So now we can probably create a trail. Oh no.
Trail table has no column name title. Oh, is it name? Is it name?
Oh, we have to check the migration.
It's name.
It's name. And this was my idea.
No big deal. You can just change it all.
Oh, wait till he learns about cdo.
What?
You do like that crazy stuff with find and replace across the entire file, where you do like cdo, and you do a substitution command with cdo. An
Interesting.
nvim trick. It's a crazy nvim trick.
C do?
Yeah, like um
Like this?
You like search for something like search for maybe like trail. Like no, I like not like using like telescope across the file.
Like
Like
this?
live grep, yes, live grep, yeah. And then Control Q,
Okay, quick fix.
so
Them
quick
all.
fix, and then you can run a cdo command to run maybe like a substitution command on all the trails. Cdo s slash something slash something, maybe s slash trail.
So do you have to
No
do
space. You have to do a space. So cdo
S?
does something for every of the file. S slash.
Oh, that's okay. That's super cool. That's super neat.
Shout out Typecraft.
Yep, he's got some cool stuff.
Yeah, that's
Name here. There was one more. I think that's it, right? Do I need a name here?
you don't.
It'll figure it out for me. Okay. No
No?
such table users. What?
No such table main.app models use. Oh no. How do we check the columns in? Oh no. Wait a minute. Did that no, I don't I feel like that migration, remember? User class that we did. We should just
Yeah.
probably user ID. Yeah. Create trails. Yeah, oh no. Create, yeah, the first one.
This
First
one?
one, yeah, that. Yeah. Oh yeah. So it allows us to talk about how to roll back migration. So you just pass a user ID and it figures out a user ID like string.
Like this?
Yeah, not caps. User underscore ID. No, user underscore ID. Yeah.
And it figures that out?
Yeah, it figures that out.
Okay.
So we got a
So
we got
how
a we got a real like PHP artisan migrate rollback rolls back the like batch migrate colon
like that?
rollback. Yeah,
Okay, rolled back.
and then you can migrate again. You can remigrate.
So how far back does it go?
Just like the last migrate, it does it, like it undoes the last migrate you did. So if you did like a bunch of if you ran PHP artisan migrate and like 4 migration files were like added, like 4 migration files were run, it to run the down methods of the 4 migration files. So it's like in batches.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, it's getting late. 3. Okay. So user ID. Okay. So now this should, in theory,
Still no?
not null.
Oh, yeah,
Constraint
yeah, we
failed.
haven't passed the user. So yeah, that makes sense. Yes,
Yeah.
this was what I was
Yeah.
expecting.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
We haven't passed the user ID.
In here, right?
Yes. So we have we have different ways we do this. So well we can just create we can do that. We can do that or we can use Laravel relationships. So how we model relationships in Eloquent. So if we go to the Trails model,
Okay.
and we can create a new method called user
Okay.
public user Yeah.
Do we take
Is it
anything
not
in?
builder variable builder for now? Does it take anything in? No, sorry, I'm thinking of scopes. No, it doesn't take anything in.
Okay.
Yeah, it's usually weird when you're not the like one typing.
Yeah. It's all muscle memory, probably for you.
Yeah.
So, okay, public
So
user.
and now we are trying to model a relationship between trail and user. Trail has one user. So we are going to oh no, and does it take okay, I gotta check this out. I this is I write this every day, and now that I'm like dictating it out, I forget
You
completely.
don't tell dummies every day how to type it.
No,
You type
bro.
it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, so we're meant to return this. So this has one. This has one.
This
Has one. Yeah.
has like this.
Yeah. Yes. And then we're passing the name of the class.
User.
User. No. User. No. No. Not a string.
Oh,
Like
the
the
class
class.
itself. Okay.
Yeah. Class. Yeah. Class.
Okay.
Why is this complaining? What did we?
Unexpected.
Oh, you forgot function. Public function. Yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't notice that because of um what class am I taking?
JavaScript doesn't need that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
JavaScript. Public
Okay.
function this.
Cool.
So now we've modeled the relationship between the trail and the user. So typically, if you want to also access a user's trails, the user has in the user class we can add a relationship has many trails. So
Okay.
like that is how we model relationships, and we have like has one, has many, belongs to. Oh yeah, we should probably do it. We should probably use belongs to because the trail belongs to the user, not the user has the trail. So the trail belongs to. So I
So
think what
we're saying belong. What's the
belongs
difference?
to. So it's mostly just like semantics and how you ask. It's just like the belongs to is the inverse.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's like the how I don't know how to explain it. It's like it automatically does the keys and everything for you, like the foreign keys and all that, which you can obviously like customize and like
Hmm.
configure. But if you use has one, it's going to assume that our trail, our is it user stable has a trail or like it's just going to like mix things up. So
Okay.
this is just trying to say that the trail has. I think if we had like a user, if we did has one, it would try looking for a trail ID in the user or something like that.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I'm not I'm not too sure. I can't remember. But uh and we aren't writing so in PHP we can technically type like do type stuff, but I'm not doing that like for now.
Okay.
Typically we'll return it belongs to. So yeah, we can go back to the trail, and in this query we can create you can create it in the relationship. So query, and we'll call the user method.
So after
In query.
create.
No, before create. So I think this automatically handles adding the user ID, if I'm not mistaken.
So we're saying what in
User,
here?
user. Let's see if this works.
Like this?
Yeah. Let's see if this works.
Oh, it didn't get upset. Call to undefined method.
Undefined method builder. Oh, so you have to. I think we have to take out the query. Let's see.
Like this.
Yeah.
doesn't like it. We'll try it. Cannot be called statically.
Interesting. Public function has one return. User find phone.
What's the return value of query?
It returns a builder. But I'm surprised. Can we go back to the user intro model? Let's see. Maybe we have public function. That is so weird. That should work. Public function user has one. Return this belongs to.
Would we need an instance of the model
Oh
in order to
yeah,
call this?
yeah. We can. Oh jeez, how did I not? Oh jeez, I'm sorry. So yeah, we probably have to do it that way. Yeah, I'm sorry. Typically used to having like one instance of the model, and I'm just calling create on that one. We do have the auth user. We do have the auth user object, but let's just create it the way like passing the user ID. I think that's the better thing to do in this situation.
So right,
Yeah.
like I was trying to do before, right here.
Yeah.
With the okay, user underscore ID, right?
Yeah.
And then, but there is another way still, probably.
Most likely. We
Okay.
can technically create it from the auth user object, but I don't do that except at work.
Okay. So
And
how do I
we
pull
can
that user ID?
so we have an auth method. Auth.
Is it on
Auth
this?
method. No, not variable, just auth. Like it's a method.
Okay.
And
This?
auth. Yes. And then we can call the user. And we are just like it, we are chaining method. So the secret about Laravel is that most things involve chaining methods.
Okay.
So we're chaining the method user. Yes, and like it's a method also, and then we're getting the so this returns the user model, and we're going to get the ID of the user.
Like
Yeah,
this?
like that. Yeah.
Doesn't like user.
You could also technically use auth. Like we can also use facades.
Not
19
null.
not null.
Constraint failed.
Oh yeah, we haven't added it to our fillable user ID.
Okay. I don't think I have that. No. Like that.
Go on.
Test user.
Oh no, from
Oh.
trails to users. It worked. Looks like it worked.
Oh, whoa, whatever. Yeah.
Most likely worked.
Okay.
So now typically after creating we would want to clear the so back to the trail model.
Yep.
We want to so we'll reset it, calling this reset. No dots.
Why did the LSP let me do that?
It's dot is concatenation.
Oh, right.
And we are trying to reset name. So yeah, so if you try creating another trail, you see that the name has been reset.
Okay.
Nice.
And
So,
our server's happy. Our server seems happy. Cool.
so we can create trails now.
Yep. So
A bunch of stuff we might want to like show a session. We might want to flash a session message that okay, we've created the trails. So
Oh,
we can so we have a session method in Laravel,
okay.
and we can call the flash. We can chain the flash session and then chain flash.
Okay. So sesh
No, it's a method session.
like this.
Yeah, that one, and then flash. We chain flash, not dot.
Every time. It's gonna take me a long time to get over that.
Yeah, no, the reverse happens to me. Like I'm in school, coding some sweet Java, and then I put the minus greater than sign.
I do a lot of C# and JavaScript, so lots of dots.
So flash, and we pass the name of what um we pass. Maybe we can call it success, and that's what most people call it, success. And no, just the name. This we are
Okay.
passing a name and comma a success message, so we can get it using the name.
So
Create was successful, like a string. Create was successful.
okay. Gotcha.
You might want to make that s. You might want to make it lowercase.
Yep.
Yeah, that one. So now we need to print this out when the user is. We need to print this out when the user clicks the button.
Okay.
In the blade file, we can print out like at the top maybe. We can print out the success message. So to print out the blade is what's this weird curly bracket.
Oh yeah.
And we are trying to print out the session. So the session, and then you pass the name success. Not variable. It's just a method. Yeah. Session. No,
Session.
like,
Session.
session and then success. Passing. You can do session get success. It's like the method. You can access your PHP methods in your blade file. Yeah. It's probably mentioned that.
Okay. It's dot or
No, like session, like it's the method, so you put the correct.
gotcha. Yeah. Session and then
And then
success. Flash and then dot success.
it's not dot. Yeah, it's not dot. Sorry, it's not flash. It's session get. You get the stuff. Like session get you pass string success into it.
Ah, like this.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Ah, no, I want one more of those. There we go. Okay. Create was successful. It's up at the top. It's in black, and it's hard to see, but it's definitely there.
Yeah. I think like I'll probably provide some component for styling this. You can just check out what this component.
We get like a toast message. That would be the ideal. Mm-hmm. So where would we find that if I were to go looking for such things?
Oh no, it's like jet stream. Like a jet stream, like the components like how we have a button.
Gotcha.
I don't think they documented the. No, it's just like how we've gotten form section. So we just need to do the same thing. So
Okay.
you just have to do X and then search for like at the top, X and search for nav. No, let's see. Maybe message. Uh, we can just action message maybe.
Okay. I wonder what we. Like this?
Let's see if that works. I think so. I'm not sure. It's
On. We need an on method. Is it an? It's a prop.
can you scroll up? Let's see.
Oh,
Because we're
whoops.
just trying to predict their API here.
Like this? You want?
Undefined variable on this on actual transition. Okay, I do not know what's going on. Oh, maybe what is this on for? I have no idea.
Yeah.
on
It does have like an opacity and a transition. It kind of
this on
it kind of looks like what we want.
we can just search for like we can like do a grep search and see how they used it. Yeah. This is why I wanted to use like artisan UI because we have
Yeah.
the docs.
Yeah. So this is X action message. Oh no. No. PG.
Oh no, what I do?
It's me. I'm getting tired. Action message. So here, saved class me on.
Oh, on the method. I see. Wait, maybe like we have to dispatch an event. So I think they do theirs in a weirder way. Like, I don't know. I'm not too sure.
Wait.
We
Loading attribute disabled. Wire target photo.
Oh no, they're just disabling the button when like when it's loading. But this is like an event that they fire. So they're like on this event because we can fire JavaScript event from Livewire. But I don't think this works for us, except we fire like a dummy event, a dummy saved event. We can try that if you want to, but that is like
That seems like it might work.
it should probably work, but I think we should just stick to. Maybe we can just style it using Tailwind. We can just style it instead of using this. Let's just make a div, make it green, put some padding. Make a div, make it green, put some padding.
Div green.
Oh no!
Class.
This is Tailwind, sir.
Yeah, I know. I don't know Tailwind.
You don't know Tailwind?
No. No.
Text green 500.
Like this?
Yeah. Then space. Make it a pattern P maybe like 2 maybe. And then color white.
So and then color.
Yeah,
white?
color white.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Interesting. I thought you knew. You were playing with what's the name of that animation library?
Motion canvas.
Motion canvas, and I thought you like knew Tailwind already.
No, it had it has its own like completely different styling thing.
Oh, yeah.
So it's kind of weird. So let's see. It's green. Create was successful.
Wait a minute. Wait, can I, okay, I probably messed up in the tailwind styling.
I mean, it looks good. I like.
Yeah, color. It was meant to be. I was trying to make it like, but yeah, that looks. You can take out color white, but does it really matter? It's tailwind.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. I'm just like unused style. Create
Yeah.
was successful.
Yep.
So now we have our somewhat ugly looking
Yep.
create form. We can then list out all the trails we have in our database.
Yep.
So where would you like to list it out? Would you like to list it out for everyone or for
Probably like on a separate page for.
so we will probably not list it out in the dashboard. We will probably
Mm-hmm.
list it out in some other page
Mm-hmm.
in like the probably list it out in some other page like in the non-dash like in outside like the guest. So this is where we can now implement the guest layout. So we can create an index. We can create a trails index livewire page and then list it out there for both logged in and non-logged in users.
Okay. Is that a good? Is this a good natural stopping point now that we've hit 11 o'clock?
Oh yeah, no, yeah, that works.
And then we can
So we'll
we can
probably
start.
make a front.
Yeah, we can start with the next one on the page showing all the trails, and then we can do things like filter by the name, and you can do
Yeah.
search. That
Mhm.
that's all probably going to be interesting. So
Yeah.
so awesome. Well,
So we didn't really cover anything new.
no, we're just
Still,
getting things set up.
yeah, LSP.
Yep.
Well, anyone that has LSP problems should probably watch this video.
This is a quick and dirty way to get your uh, blade templates working. So, yep. So
Yeah, Teach was writing an. I think I don't know if he was writing an LSP or a language for like a language like three-seater language for Blade. I really can't remember which he
uh,
was writing.
he might have been writing the grammar.
Yeah, grammar. I don't know which he was. I don't think he'd be writing graph because I don't know how much PHP
Well,
Teach knows.
I mean, he programmed. I thought he programmed the whole like their basketball game. I thought he programmed the whole interface in Laravel. So
Oh yeah, he did.
so he,
Oh no, Tej is a crazy, crazy person.
yeah. So
Tej is crazy.
it's just whether or not he felt like he was gonna write more, so he wrote the wrote that into his
Yeah,
config or something. So
yeah.
yeah,
So it was awesome. We'll
awesome.
probably keep going some other day.
Yep, yep. We can go little by little, and maybe we can start maybe a little earlier. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, yeah. Thank you again for suffering through my being a noob at Laravel. So I appreciate it
Yeah.
quite a bit.
Yeah, that's awesome. You're welcome.
Yeah. There's a lot here. There's a lot to learn. So
There is a lot. It's a lot. It's Laravel is a full like it's the reason why it's full fledged. I can just pull out something from thin air like sessions or requests or
oh yeah, we'll
oh
just do background jobs real quick, or yeah, we'll just add a real time element real quick.
background jobs actually like really easy with Laravel. Like it's just dead. Like I cringed when I heard people paid for like a queue worker, like queue workers and like queues in
Mm.
JS land. Like, what is this?
No,
What is
no,
this?
no. See, and I'm not like I wouldn't pay for that. Like I would go implement it with like RabbitMQ from scratch in like Go or C
Like,
Sharp or whatever. So I'd just spend a ton of time building that queue. So
yeah. And Laravel, we are believers of you can deploy anywhere. I typically deploy in like a $5 VPS server,
mhm.
and
Mhm.
if I want things working even quick, more like we have this thing called Laravel Octane,
Mhm.
where you don't because how the framework works, it bootstraps all the files each time. High setup, high tear down, but we can cache the bootstrapped framework into memory, and we don't have to do that every time.
That makes
So it
sense.
like makes request times faster, but there is possibility of it's just like running well, it's just like running a ghost. It's literally we have the Go Caddy server. We also
Yep.
have like Spool and Roadrunner and all that
It
stuff. So it's
it's because you guys run out of process versus having a server
yeah,
in process. So sharing
yeah,
between data memory between requests requires an RPC call. So that makes sense.
yep.
So I mean,
So it's
I will. It will be an interesting day if PHP can ever run in process, run a server in process, like like
never know.
PHP something serve, and it's like a server.
I mean, the PHP server is a shitty. PHP artisan, like how we are running this PHP artisan server is a shitty server built
Well,
into PHP
yeah, yeah,
for.
yeah, yeah. I'm talking like dreaming future, sort of a like you could run it all in process maybe someday, but
Oh, someday that is not happening anytime soon.
you'd
That is
have
not
to get
happening.
you'd have to get like an event loop style of
Yes,
operating like
that is a big.
JavaScript.
That is one reason. That is one reason I cannot totally shit on JavaScript because their event loop like it's just one of the dynamic languages that works that way.
Yep, yep. Well, and then C Sharp and Go, we just have threading. Like we just use threads and thread pools for everything. So, but then we have mutexes and locks and things like that
I
you don't probably
I
want to
still
mess
don't know
with.
what a mutex is.
Uh,
I've heard that word so much, and I'm like, what is a
so the
mutex?
best way to describe it, um, there's like a data structure. The most rudimentary part of it is something called a semaphore, which is essentially just a counter. Like you can think of it as a number that counts, and it's a primitive provided by your kernel. And the mutex essentially says this part of the function, only one thing can access this part of your function at any time. And when you hit the mutex, you wait for the lock to be released so the next thread can execute that. It's a way to like
So it's
lock.
like for multi-threading.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's for like so because if you like take an array and you have two threads operating on the array at the same time, weird
Oh.
things start to happen because you can like increment things and like
Oh, wait a minute. Is it like I know we do something like in our data structures class, like mod counts. So
yeah,
if we add or remove from an array, and like if we add or remove from an no, sorry, like wrong, but like the same concept. We lock it for some, like we lock it during maybe like when something is operating on it, and then if something else operates on it, we throw in like an exception, or it's not even possible.
yeah,
Like, is that what you mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah. And you can have so think of like a counter, right? Like
Yeah.
you're counting up. You want to add up a number as like requests come in per se. And
Okay.
that counter value, there's a few operations that happen, right? Like you have to pull the current value of the counter, add one to it, and then store it back in that variable, right? 3
Yeah.
operations. Those 3 operations they need to happen all at once, essentially. They need to be atomic. So
Yes.
you can't have another thread. So you pull the value, say, and another thread's operating and it pulls the value, and you both add the same number to each of them in each of the threads, then when you come back, you won't be incremented by 2, you'll be incremented by 1 when you come out of that section, unless you have a mutex around it, which means those 2 things will run sequentially.
Oh, I get what you mean. Oh, so it doesn't stop the execution. It just like makes it run. It just locks it to the other on like to the other unlocks to the other like segment unlocks it. It prevents access to you when you lock it. No other part of the program can unlock it,
It
or it can
essentially
stop using. Yeah.
locks that section, waits for the next thread to access that mutex, or waits for that mutex to unlock. And then there's actually, like, if you're doing kernel level mutexes, which not many people do, but if you do that, the kernel actually goes and the function becomes reentrant per se, where the function hung before your process was swapped out, your thread was swapped out on the CPU, and they swap back in the thread that was there before because the mutex signaled that it was ready. So
Oh, okay.
the CPU is like running chains of commands, and it's just swapping them in and out based on when things are signaling. So it
This is
gets
way over my head.
complicated. Honestly, mine too. I get the concepts. I'm not like I haven't like done a ton of concurrency programming, but yeah. Usually that's handled under the hood for like in C sharp and Go. That's all handled under the hood for you. You don't have to think about a lot of that stuff. But every once in a while it comes up. So,
Makes sense.
um well, like I said, thank you very much for doing this, and we'll jump on another call on stream for more of this. So
Yeah.
yeah, so
All right. Goodbye.
yeah, have a good night.
Yeah, you too.
Yep. Bye. Alrighty, and then I think we are going to end the stream there. Um, yeah, I think that's it. So everybody have a good night. Bye.